going to be able to match the level of aggression, right? But going to have more mobility there with that dash. They also have changed things from game one, even in terms of bans, because you remember BLG had the Vi in that game one. This time around, they're taking that one away instead of the Nico. So definitely some things being shifted around for TS moving over to the red side. But BLG, I mean, again, being very fast with the setup that they have. Last time around, the Renata got banned out on 4-5. They're making sure to get their hands on it this time around before that happens. Knight on the Azir, so kind of filling in those gaps of that DPS that's going to be there. Knight on a playmaker is something you love to see.
And we saw Creme have some big impacts last game on that one. I think it provides so much strength. Just consistency right now. Obviously, players been very happy to pick it up in the playoffs since it's now been available. It is the Corki. I saw the hover of the Akali. I saw also Creme go no. And it is going to be that kind of late game scaling for the mid laner of top esports.
A lot of criticism of this Corki pick yesterday for Rookie, despite the fact that in that draft it kind of, it was against Azir Zaya, makes perfect sense. Today we're gonna get to see if Creme, gets to handle it, gets to have a good time, and gets to avoid, the criticism of bringing out a Corki, or his coaching staff, his team getting away from that criticism. Still though, you are giving away a lot of agency, right, with the playmaking that is there for the Azir. A lot coming down to how you play with the package. But we saw yesterday a lot of times going for the big package play, right, isolates yourself to then be turned on. And BLG, even just with the Renata and Azir, have a lot of tools that would make Creme's life very hard if he ends up going too deep.
I really like some of these targeted bans in the second phase. The Rek'Sai, again, even with the Urgot last game, even though top esports were able to even it up, Rek'Sai was a menace. And also Xin Zhao. So those targeted bans, very important. We'll see what the last one is going to be here for BLG. I think it would be important to continuously focus towards that engage setup potential. And they are going to go for the Sejuani ban finally.
We've had a stark lack of Renekton today. Now that the
Nobody likes the
Rek'Sai's
Croc anymore.
Yeah, now that Rek'Sai's taken off the table, I wonder if TES are going to try and patch the holes in what could be the lack of pressure mid, which is trying to fully commit the sides.
I had so many crocodile facts, man. I was ready to go.
Is it your time now? Do you get to share them? Doesn't seem like it.
Tian, known for his Lee Sin, he does have a skin on it. Being a world champion, no big deal. It is a very, very aggressive setup right now between Tian and his bot lane of JackeyLove and Meiko, and that is where top esports are best.
And like I said, BLG, they have a lot of different looks. They've shown a lot of different things throughout the regular season. Either one of these it ended up going with would, be one of those. The Wukong does lean a bit more into, I think, what the first three picks have already shown, which is being able to have that really coherent 5v5, right? Having the Renata ult and now the Wukong ult on top of it, you can really just make a team fight a disaster for TES. Now, having the Udyr, again, really feel like Renekton's climbed the waysides of Prio. We've only really seen it overshadowed by the Rek'Sai in recent times. But Ben also never been the biggest Renekton player himself. Of course, can play it, can bring it out, but it's going to be up to 369 now with his answer.
Hey, did you know that crocodiles can regenerate their teeth once they fall out? Just like sharks, kind of, but not the same. There you go. I gave you a crocodile fact. It's a crocodile.
But what does that mean for Ben going into this game?
It means he can take some fights and bite some people down and still have teeth.
Oh, there's no way. There's no way. Again, we've already seen the Udyr being shown, the Gnar, something we've seen a lot less of. The Quinn, wow! I did not think 369 would lock it in again. 369 always been a carry player despite the role he was given on JDG last year, and going to lean into it once again. We got the Quinn out from ZDZ not too long ago. He was able to translate that with Weibo into a win, and now we see if top esports will be able to do it themselves.
Dude, top esports have so much pressure in the early to mid game now. They can be everywhere on the map from the red side, and I'm very curious how BLG can respond to that. I mean, Shun has to go give resources bot side, it feels like, but he's going to need to respond to side lanes.
I also feel like the Quinn kind of glues the comp together a bit better because, right, we're seeing Lucian a lot of times just kind of function to use that culling in mid, chunk people out. Corki will now be able to do the same. So you're having this 1-4 setup later on. So the Quinn can just go and push. You have Corki and Lucian just taking care of the waves. And it's going to be about BLG with trying to disrupt that. And again, the best place feels like it's going to be coming through. Obviously, bot lane, in terms of laning, it really feels like a lot's going to matter on the 2v2 in this series. But then post 6, with those Emperor's Divides coming out from Knight and what he's able to set up with Shun.
Both teams have gone to the mat, it feels like, in this boxing match. It has been the first game dominant by BLG. Top Esports came back swinging in game number 2. Both of our early game teams finding dominant starts and choke holding the other. Now game 3, one of these teams can take a step towards that goal, towards that finals, and towards that MSI berth. It's a Top Esports versus BLG that's sure to be bloody, and we got game 3 starting now. It's still just going. I love it. Hey, everybody wants to cheer. I'm here for it. Yeah, we did get level 1s, like ships passing in the night. Opposite side focus for both these teams.
Yeah, BLG maybe hoping that they could find the Quinn and get Bin started off on a high note, even if you could afford something like a flash. Would be very monumental in that lane, right? When you're having to contend with being a melee top laner up against a range. Not going to be able to find it, but BLG didn't find anything, like TES didn't find anything of their own on that opposite side. And like we said, it really feels like every game of the series is going to come down to a brawl in the 2v2. I think it is very smart that both teams realize they really can't pick a bot lane that starts on the back foot up against the opposition. It feels like for TES, they have more options around top in enabling the Quinn, so maybe more variety there for TS. But at the same time, right, Renekton Wukong, if you can get them on top of the Quinn, if you can get them into that 2v2, they will be very strong. It's going to be up to 369 to chunk him out before any of that could happen.
I like the point you bring up for the 2v2 conversation, because I feel like this is the only matchup we would really get this a lot of the times. All of our other teams are very much like get scaling carries, at least what we've seen in playoffs so far for them. But we actually get the 2v2 that's so important down here. And speaking of, JackeyLove already burning his cleanse, going to have the Rend out behind him. Meiko going to take a lot of damage on the back end too. And BLG will get pushing Prio here.
Yeah, so already keeping up with an incredible trade at level 1. And, right, JackeyLove and Meiko fell behind in the first few levels of the last lane, but then were able to make their way back in.
They want the dive. Oh, On is going to try to go for the bailout. Is it timed well? It is, but he's still taking another turret shot. It is a 1-for-1. The biggest problem, though, is that Meiko got the kill. He's about to get a second one onto Elk here. He does have Flash still available. One more auto attack, and he gets it. That's a double kill for Meiko.
There it was, wanting to push their advantage all the way forward, ends up biting them in the end. There is some minions obviously being lost for JackeyLove here, so that plays into it a bit, but still, massive fumble coming out from BLG with both going down.
What's up with supports getting 2 kills early in the series? In game number 1, now we got it in game number 3. Love to see them getting involved early on, because that has been a crucial focus for both these teams, how quickly their supports can get out on the map and affect it with their junglers.
Gonna jump into the replay before we even get a chance to think about any junglers, because yeah, they go for it, committing all onto JackeyLove. Like you said, the bailout being there for On, they were hoping it would be enough. Does get them that first kill, but now you've already flashed in aggressively. Mazel, you've already used everything. Meiko still having that one available just made it an easy cleanup. But again, you at least were able to deny a lot of minions from JackeyLove here, but it still doesn't feel like it swung the way they wanted.
Not just yet. Very even game early. We do have our objectives spawning in about a minute. Top Esports have put heavy prio around those grubbies every single game so far. BLG a little bit less so. We'll see what kind of presence belies in this roaming style that both these teams represent. Meiko already out on his first roam, also getting some vision down in mid lane.
Yeah, doing a nice job of just allowing Creme to make this trade again. I'm really interested about when top laners come into play, because 369 should have the pressure in the 1v1, but he has to be deathly afraid of that 2v2. I mean, hell, even Wukong having things like the stone skin, being able to dash a bit with the clone, close down the gap. means you have to be a bit scared. But of course, they weren't able to find the timing when Shun was up here. It did give Finn all the vision in the world, though.
Ooh.
Oh.
On tries to go for the flash play, can't find either connections there for his skill shots, but Shun will move bot side. There are no camps down here, but there's a dive possible. Maybe BLG trying to make good on the bailout play from last time that went awry. They just want to funnel gold into Elk. On's gonna tank it here. They already get one, and they make it out easily. That time the juggle coming through clutch.
Yeah, very nice. They have enough members here. The damage is there, and really, without the summons available, even just the same level of outplay potential not being there for the TES duo. And despite the flubs, right, we said, I think the thing that BLG have shown to be best at is Shun taking a bit of a trade is how jungle and bot can work together. Now that we're starting to see Shun get involved, this is where they should really be able to take it to a new level.
Another plate here, 2 so far for BLG's bot side. And we heard the desk talking about bot side wins. You get a lead in bot side, somehow it just comes out on top. And right now BLG have that advantage, and a pretty hefty one with the CS differential too. Tian wants to make up for that. He wants to make the connection and can't hit the Sonic wave. Yeah,
I mean, really paying for, I mean, hell, right? Now it's kind of like, it's adding up multiplicatively. Like that first dive, all right, he lost a bunch of CS, but at least both of them went down. At least sums are down. After the second dive, after falling even further behind, it's really just starting to get out of hand for JackeyLove. And again, to bring it back to the regular season, these teams played in week 1, and that was really the story about which team can invest better in their duo lane. Again, we didn't exactly see that play out in the last game, but now with wonky picks coming across the map, it does mean there's other things that these teams have to be conscious of rather than just this early 2v2. Like the grubs.
Opposite trade. Yeah, the telegrubbies, they're being watched. BLG's gonna get them. All 3 of them this time. Big difference than what we've seen in the previous games of this series, but it will be Top Esports getting their first dragon under their belt as well. And I guess the biggest conversation now becomes, how do Top Esports use some of this side lane pressure that the Quinn will have? And you have to utilize it well, because this is a priority pressure point for Top Esports' win condition.
Yeah, I feel like it's especially rough right now when again, you could see how 369's playing to not put himself in a precarious position, and you're also getting consistently pushed in through mid, at least thus far in the game. So we'll see if Tian looks for a window. You don't actually have like really big playmaking ults in any of your lanes besides, I guess, Meiko's and bot.
We did just get level 6 for Shun, so he'll get active with that Cyclone after the redeploy comes through. We'll also have Tian's Dragon Rage kick there available to them. The setup is super important. I expect them to be bolting down towards bot side for another 3v3 setup.
This is gonna be incredibly important, but Tian's making his way over. Just gonna end up going for the reset in the end. I mean, even if he would have fully committed, right? Wave's getting pushed into bin, the ward's already there. Really would have no opportunity. But this is where it feels like the game should really start to be a bit of a playground for BLG. You have Cyclone available, Dominus is up, you're getting very close to ults being up for your bot lane, and like we said, hey, like TES aren't necessarily about being able to start action. BLGs really are, and there's some solid spikes that they'll be able to count on.
All I heard there is that BLG are the playground bullies. And,
yeah,
I don't know if I like that narrative.
I do. Why not?
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
you know what people like in media these days? They like anti-heroes, or they like villains. No one wants to root for a good guy anymore. So you know what? They should take it as a compliment.
The worst part is like all the guys on BLG are so wholesome and so kind. Like I could just never see them be evil. But maybe they're a little bit evil to Top Esports now.
Ben loves MMA. He actively wants to fight people. Like
true.
He'll embrace the role.
He's the bad child, the bad kid. Oh, they do get the Gromp in the end. 3v3 kicking off, and we called it. We wanted it, and here we get it. They're gonna try for a dive potentially. It's dicey if they do. Yan gonna get engaged on by Shun. Both of them have their ultis. Double. No, it's not gonna be the double bubble. The Fates Call come back out. Cyclone in. That's that armor shred, and that's huge. Elk gets the kill here, and they're gonna get that hostile takeover onto both of them. The prediction from On, but it's not enough. They don't want to go under turret because they can't tank it.
Still, I think BLG should be incredibly happy that they got one. TES feeling so pressured to try to make something happen. JackeyLove's gonna be able to escape, but oh, they're bringing in more. They're bringing in more.
If 1 doesn't work, if 2 doesn't work, if 3 doesn't work, bring in 4.
Oh,
They actually don't get
right
him.
where they couldn't see him.
Oh, man. Okay, but they only get a lot of plates here. So, yes, they did move Knight over. He doesn't have TP. He'll have to walk mid, but they at least get a bunch of plates for Elk, and that is the way they win this game.
Yeah, and again, I really don't think we've seen TES themselves really pilot while sacrificing too much pressure mid, or generally like when they have throughout the split, right? It'd be on something like an Akali where you already know Creme knows how to pilot that. Maybe a Hui in certain matchups, but again, Hui can usually at least match clearing the wave just as fast as anything else to be able to follow up on these roams. We shouldn't really expect to see that from Creme this game.
JackeyLove has finally hit level 6 here. 10 minutes and 20 seconds in. He's down serious CS 30. On top of that, they will come back to lane. And that is a wound that is starting to fester here for Top Esports. They got to find a way out of it or some healing medicines. As we have about a minute, they could set the tempo if they get another dragon, but Tian is consistently hovering over 369.
And look at the minimap. JackeyLove and Meiko already moving over to mid lane right now too. So really wanting to make sure that obviously BLG don't end up being able to get 5 or 6 of the grubs in package being on board. So you know, TS hoping for a fight, but BLG might not be adverse to one themselves. Again, you have Dominus. Cyclone's almost back up, but not quite yet.
Knight is backing. He has TP, but Shun gonna get about half his health down. Package there for Creme. I think they realize what could happen here.
Also, multiple ults not being up makes it kind of awkward if something starts right now.
Oh no, BLG moving in.
Oh,
They
Jackie.
don't have ultis. Knight getting the big cage, or at least nice Elk damage there. He's gonna maybe find Meiko as well in the back end, but nice package over the wall. Creme getting some damage back onto BLG's carries. Some rockets going in. It is 2 grubs secured by Top Esports, so they'll deny the 5th grub stack, and BLG swoop in for their 4th.
Yeah, and BLG, I think it's, you know, massive that they were able to get that kill. JackeyLove finding himself separated is Finn now. Gonna be left to his own devices.
In the river, man. He's fine.
I mean, now he's a croc in the jungle, and
They don't go there.
I know. Tian's diet might include.
No.
Oh, he's going down.
You gotta go back to the river, man. This is not where you're from. All those teeth that'll be regenerated, I don't think it matters at this point because you're about to be a dead croc. They're gonna try for the engage here. Dragon Rage kick plus the bubble plus the tidal wave. All that CC chain, but Ben gets some outplay here and he's alive because he's Giga Ben. Don't step to him.
I really like the way they handled it, like kick into the bubble, tidal wave, like everything. You're not giving him a chance to go for that Q to heal up, but actually, you know, a big part of it is 369 hasn't recalled him forever. He is still only sitting on Berserker Reefs.
That's what's so insane. And we'll see what it actually means when we come back to it. But a 4th plate gonna go down, and that is so big. I would love to see the gold differential here in bot side because he's got 50 CS over JackeyLove. They are gonna get all 5 plates down here and potentially first turret.
Yeah, so they're smacking away down here. We've already been sitting on first benefit for Elk for a while with that opportunity. I do want to highlight going back to 369, just outright by his static shift. So again, we're sitting on a ton of gold. So now maybe as we start really pressuring up there, but we can see BLG, like you said, get bot lane turret. They're already getting their first break, but now they're going to be able to start focus on looking for a lot more aggressive movement on the split side of the map.
Don't look at that gold graph. Don't look at it. It's a 3,000 differential between JackeyLove and Elk, a massive one.
Yeah, really big. Obviously, I didn't hear what you said. I was lagging like crazy. We reconnected. Whatever you said, I agree with it. And I still might sound like a robot. There's still a bit of lag there.
Little thing. For the first time in the series, BLG get the first turret. Haha! Take that, Top Esports, and your 100% first turret win percentage.
I mean, that doesn't even exist anymore
It doesn't
anyway.
matter. Yeah. I really am interested at if the fight continues here, because 369 continuously has push. Shun is the one that is in the pit here, but Tian started it up. TS are still around this, but they're going to actually leave it.
Maybe, no back timing, obviously, like they did last time around. Not giving them the confidence to fight it, especially, like I said, I feel like Dominus and Cyclone are such strong tools this early on into the game that it's really very hard to fight. Hell, again, drafting something like the Quinn, it's not really just being about taking those direct, 4v4s or 5v5.
Yeah.
That's only been away.
And the hardest factor is that you haven't gotten a big lead from 369 in the side lane, so you can't really have that as a pressure point on the map, and that kind of narrows your decision making for top esports. We see their decision right now is try to collapse over on the bin, but they lose another turret, and that's so much standing gold being given over to BLG. They have a 3,000 gold lead 15 minutes in.
Really wanting to try to wait where Creme is really in this game. But it feels like they're going to be sitting on their laurels for a while, especially when BLG, again, did get the Herald. Now, we'll be able to start opening up mid lane, right?
He doesn't have the damage yet, though. JackeyLove doesn't have the item differential as he did last game. Again, he's so far behind. Soon going to get blasted here as he tried to take the Rift Herald yet again. BLG crack all the outer towers here.
Also, JackeyLove can blast Shun if he wants. Works vice versa. The former IG boys. It's like saying hello.
Are those good memories or bad memories?
It would probably depend on the era.
I think it really would. Yeah.
I guess for Shun, maybe not. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't think it was very good for Shun. I'm just saying he wants a revenge tour against JackeyLove and Mr. Rookie and the Shy. He wants to come back around. If anybody doesn't know,
it wasn't their fault. It was a different time.
Different time. Yeah. Shun, obviously a big IG developmental project. It was really awesome to see him get the call up from IG Young, replacing such big members on a World Championship roster for IG. And he has grown so much over these past splits, getting international appearances, having more of a say in how BLG play their game, just as Tian has had for top esports.
It's actually crazy that JackeyLove is only one of 2 members who didn't get to play with. JackeyLove and obviously Ning. If Shun would have been able to play with Ning, that would have been kind of weird.
That would be weird. I'm just saying that that might be awkward.
I could imagine Ning playing a mean support.
True. You're not wrong. Now we are getting to a point where BLG have stalled their advantage a little bit. I still feel like they're in the comfort zone. They have 2 items now on Elk. They need to move him around the map, and right now they're hovering over this collapsed top side.
I mean, for TES, the threat's there. If Knight does overextend, that's the play you're looking for. For BLG, I think it's just about pushing your vision line a bit deeper, especially now, a minute before that next Drake comes up, because you're also pulling TES towards top to react to you, which will then give you some nice tempo to make your way down towards bot for that next Drake.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
That dragon's actually going to be super important as well. I like that 369 is trying to take aggressive trades into bin early to keep that presence down here. Maybe pull that TP out. BLG know that there's not much response up here for top esports, and they'll take their top side here. Bubble is not going to connect. Nice clearing of the wave from top esports.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is where they're going to be able to do decently well. Corki, and especially the more JackeyLove gets items under the belt, just dissuading the aggression from moving forward. The problem is, right, you're already at about a 4K gold deficit. TES, BLG are really going to be able to start moving this forward, especially when something like Baron's up, having a Kalista. I'm sure it's a totality Kalista, so not necessarily the same tier it might have been against Baron otherwise, but also having Knight on the Azir, definitely some pieces to play with, and your turn is exceptional. I mean, Renata and Wukong, it'd be so easy to sit right on top of TES anytime. You'd walk up and objective if you're even doing it.
We're going to get the TPs coming out from BLG and from top esports. There is the package available for Creme. Dragon started up already. Creme going to step forward. He's got those doggy treats ready to go. See who he's going to give them to today. Knight on the other side waiting for the Emperor's Divide. I think top esports realize they can't get to it. Tian not going to go in. They take a lot of damage on, but he is just fine. They get the dragon. Second dragon in a row for them. Now Shun going over for Meiko. He's on the other side on Creme. My God, what is this master plan that BLG have put together? They're going to get Tian on the other side too, but Ben realizes he just needed to try to find Creme. They want the slice and dice, but it doesn't matter because Shun will carry the weight all his own. The man is on fire on the Wukong, and they're going to give that one to Bid. BLG already cracking down to tier 2 on bot side, and the snowball from hell has arrived.
They're right on top esports doorstep. 369. I don't see how confident he is here.
I do wonder though. Okay. They want to try to make the play. 369. Oh, so close. Valor to me.
Valor, sadly, not able to get the job done himself. You know, maybe 369.
Don't blame it on the bird.
Maybe 369 needs to look to replace him. I'm not saying there's other birds in the market, but we are going to go into replay again. One of the Valor they have so many tools. They just so quickly decide to start a fight on their terms. Creme is doing a bit of damage putting time on, but fight over. It's left. Meiko has absolutely no chance. And then I mean, Wukong the next in so many ways. Down, back, forward. Tian having to move to try to save his foot laner. Even that doesn't work.
Dude, Tian tried his damnedest right there. He's like, I've got you, bro. We're going down together. But for me, I think we've highlighted so much already. The quickness of the pace of decision making in this series is going to be bar none probably some of the best in the LPL, and we've seen that be deciding factors in all 3 games so far. BLG, they found the lead early. They have been able to consistently push that lead forward, and that has been the theme of this best of 5 so far. Whoever gets that lead completely chokes out the opponent.
And hell, that's why we said at the start of the day, right? If this was a 3-0, if this was a 3-1, a 3-2, in any direction, in my mind, like, it, you know, would have made sense. Like, I could rationalize that because either of these teams, if they find that lead again, can really take over. Seeing like top teams just completely decimate other top teams all the time. And then here again, back and forth games. The one team really being able to stay in control. BLG, it's been their story all split long. Managing to finish off.
Knight trying to go for it. Meiko backsteps it though. He is dead anyways. Elk rips his life from him. Knight goes down in the end. 2 Fates call forward though. JackeyLove gonna cleanse out of the handshake. That was very nicely timed. And here comes 369. Wants to get a big play over the top rope here, but it is also been joining from the bottom side. They're going to use the vision to realize they don't really have a big fight here. Though 369, you move forward. He doesn't have the health bar to stay in this fight. And Elk just takes him down. Bit is a big old croc, and those teeth are sharp as knives. But JackeyLove try to fight back a little bit. BLG, they decide yet again that the fate of top esports is death.
Yeah, they're able to come out ahead by 1 kill. And another critical thing is they're able to get Flash and Ken off of JackeyLove. Still, it was at the expense of Knight himself. So not going to have, that same level of dynamic playmaking there. But, who does? Tian. He's looking for a win.
Doesn't hit the Sonic Wave, but they will get the turret here in mid lane. So there'll be another turret to top esports. Some of that sand and gold giving back to them, even down that 5,000 deficit. They want to make a play here. They've got a push play. They are using Creme, but Ben has that predatory instinct. He finds that back line. Top esports are pulled off of the play.
At the end, we're fine.
You want to say it one more time? In the end?
We have our temperament under control. But Malignance now being picked up for Creme, right? That's going to be a really nice fight. And ending up as well. Dragon's coming up in 45 seconds, so it's kind of the exact time you'd want it. And yeah, it feels like it's, again, kind of going to need to be off hell. I don't know, even saying a big patch play from Creme doesn't even really feel like it matters too much. I really like how BLG's comp bites into what TES have. It feels like your only real hope is an extended standoff where that culling is getting meaningful damage down, where the rockets are connecting and making BLG have to second guess going for the engage.
You got to find a way to kind of stop their advance, because we're getting to a 4th item for Elk so early into the game. This Kalista is going to be so difficult to deal with. Now we actually get the movement here from BLG towards this dragon. Would be a 3rd dragon for them. A Mountain Soul would be so big. I think the fact that we have the push here, even though the package is there for Creme, it's still a good timing for TES to push towards the Baron, because they know that BLG want to take it. But are they fast enough to grab this one here? As they realize that BLG have already cleared the objective, they move right back to it. Creme not going to be able to use the package efficiently this time around, and the timing for BLG, that quickness of decision making, again coming clutch. Tian going for the back line here. as they do have Shun answering that one. I do think Top Esports have an angle if they want to go for it, Lyric. I don't know if they can actually pull it off. Elk gets about half his health bar taken out. BLG don't need to take this fight. They will end up pushing off here.
This is what I want to see from TS, right? Again, the extended standoff, the rockets connecting, and the poke from the Lucian too. But now they're engaged.
That Fate's Call used, but On cannot connect the handshake once again. Ben going over onto Creme, realizing Creme doesn't have anything to get out of this one. He's got those teeth sinking deep, and I didn't know that Crocs were lactose intolerant. That is going to be BLG straight to the Baron. Even though 369 got the side lane turret, they want to fight. BLG, they get bubbled. Knight's in a lot of trouble here. 369 has a decent amount of damage, but if BLG turn onto him, it is terrifying. Tian not going to go for that Sonic Wave follow-up.
I mean, they do enough. They make sure that no Baron goes over, but again, it's like every fight we get, sure, maybe BLG aren't exploding it then into like another huge objective, but they're already, what, 5K gold up. They're getting another 1 or 2 kills every few minutes consistently. Really, everything just continuing to go in their favor.
Very big lead, but a scaling Top Esports who are trying to catch up, at least with Creme. And I hit his 3rd item here. Top Esports haven't been one to back down. Tian has still stayed proactive on his Lee Sin. The question is, can BLG continue to move Elk into powerful positions? He still hasn't hit that 4th item yet. We did get 3rd item for JackeyLove. The Lord Doms is going to make his job so much easier with that front line.
Yeah, right. I mean, again, especially when Shun has been one of the people who've been a real terror for him to have to be concerned about. So now going to actually be able to get some damage down quite impactfully. But man, I'm still just scared of Elk. 5-1-4. What a huge score line. Like,
but he's got to be on his toes. He has to be on his toes. That's the difficult position here with the way that these teams have been playing with their ADCs, the drafting style of these aggressive ones. They have to be executed to the top in these late game team fights.
And again, it feels like a lot of it just comes down to like the level of CC, the tools that are there. Is JackeyLove trying to make the most of his opportunities. Again, TS win, in my mind, when they do best in these standoffs. So being able to get that good trade onto On early is going to mean quite a bit. BLG just hoping that TS walk too far forward to catch a wave. We can see where Shun's playing off to the side, but TS aren't falling for the bait.
They can burn the Baron pretty fast now as well, even though you're getting more of that utility build from Knight, the tankier build of the Azir that we've seen prop up in this series. Oh, they are spotted out there. Realize there could be something going on in the bush. Another thing to highlight, 369 has his 3rd item now, as well as the IE as his 3rd item. I think that is important, but it's all about where that damage goes. I think the wonder is that Tian, wanting to keep that proactive nature on the Lee Sin, actually gonna move around towards this Baron pit, try to get some vision down here just in case, because as I was saying, they take it so quickly. Knight is gonna take the brunt of 369 here. That's the 3rd item spike, and Knight doesn't really have anything to hold on to. Shun is here trying to save him, but the Emperor's Divide comes out way too late, and that is gonna be a big pick-off kill for Top Esports.
Yeah, exactly what they were looking for. Finally, something that can mean something, and now turning straight towards the Baron.
Oh no, we've seen this one before, Lyric. Don't do it, Top Esports.
They're looking for it. BLG, what do they even really have? I mean, they have some big ults up.
Ben is here. Rage bar here, getting full. He does have the Dominus. Half health. Shouldn't got this last time. Top Esports, the miracle flip, but the hostile takeover. They are on the back line. They don't care about the Baron. They care about the health bars. As now Tian actually gets a re-engage. The bubble is huge, but BLG are picking him apart now. 369 left out. He's not tanky, and he just goes down. Elk does 4,000 damage in that limited engage, and he's going to try to chase down Meiko too. Creme is here to try to back them off with the rocket barrages, but it's not going to be enough. You can't stop BLG when they are snowballing, and Elk has been absolutely massive.
He has. He's been the defining player for BLG in this game, and guess what's coming up in 10 seconds? I know it. You all know it. It's going to be the Mountain Drake.
What is
the
it,
Mountain
Lyric?
Soul for BLG, making their way over there already. Again, some people up for TS having this Baron now, but still feels like it's going to be such an uphill battle once this Drake's picked up.
Fighting tooth and nail. Top Esports don't want to give this one over so easily. But as track record shows, the team with the advantage early ends up taking a lot of the victorious moments here, at least in this series. Blue side has been king so far, and Top Esports, they do it again.
Yeah, they do. And again, just Shun finding the opportunity to get on top of the enemy team. Sure, Baron goes down, but then it's like a free-for-all. All of Top Esports, some going left, some going right, certain members jumping in. And it just really gives BLG that opportunity. But as we can see, right, Mountain Soul really feels like it's going to be so hard to overcome. Bane and Shun going to be so tough to deal with. Sure, again, JackeyLove has been sitting on the Lord Dominix for a while. You're getting pretty close for 3-6-9-2. But I don't know if it'll be enough.
I think the other big factor that we're seeing now is that the two biggest parts to their success last game for Top Esports, besides Creme in a way, are being shut down, right? Like you have an 0-3 Tian, you have an 0-3 JackeyLove. I think if you're going to have success for Top Esports, these two pieces have to be in successful motives. And we haven't seen that so far because BLG took control of them.
I'd also just feel, right, it's just very different. It's kind of like how we saw what BLG did last time. To where this time around, BLG, it's a lot simpler. You can 5v5 pretty much, you know, very straightforward. You have Engage, you have CC that's very easy to use for TS. You're playing more of a range game. You're playing more for standoffs. You're playing more to pull pressure to sides and spread BLG out. And then once you fall behind with that, and again, you've opted into scaling with things like the Corki, it becomes a lot harder to find those ways back into the game. And BLG now,
God, man,
just gonna brute force this mid lane turret.
You're almost on full build for Elk, and he's very, very close to that one. Some of that standing gold being taken out by Top Esports. Get a side lane turret with the side lane Quinn, but they will lose their own side lane unless there is a defense from Top Esports. So nicely done.
I mean, the one thing that Baron's, you know, being used for, right? Dissuading this from being able to come through. I guess not the only thing is they were able to dissuade the push in mid earlier too, but not going to be able to find a lot of gold value out of it for themselves, but at least they could prevent BLG from pushing ahead too much further.
Blue team's turret
And right now, Top Esports, in these moments, they're looking to get big picks. They're trying to find flanks from 369. They get the damage down with JackeyLove. They can get these picks that we've actually seen them pull off a couple times in this game. But the wallet, man, the wallet is so difficult to face up against. And BLG have been quick in their decision-making around the map. Speaking of, they're going to be quick to pounce onto Creme. He doesn't even know that On is around the corner. And that's an easy pickup kill and an 8th of the game for Elk.
It's just so sad. Gets picked off. Looks like TES is going to try and answer back with their own pickoff, but it isn't going to be able to come through. It's now complete control of the top side. You can see them pushing in both mid and top. Not going to be able to get anything off that. As right? There's been like talk, at least memes of the community for a long time, that Knight was never up to enough on the Azir. What a strange game. See Knight 0-2-2, not really needing or having the biggest impact, but I mean, again, the thing that is so scary about BLG, and really, I guess, any of our top 3 teams in the LPL, is that there's other people can pick up the slack at any given moment.
It's the craziest thing, and that's why, like, you can never back down from these teams, because there is a reason why they're some of the most ruthless in our league. BLG, having had a hell of a spring split so far, they topped their record, if not beat it, last time around by 2 wins over their 15-1 regular season. Knight earning his MVP here in Spring Split. It has been monumental, even though he's 0-2, how this team has come together, leaping off of an already successful 2023.
Yeah, they really made their names. I remember the desk earlier saying that, you know, last year BLG ascended to an elite team. And they've really been able to show it. The consistency still here. I'm just excited to see them keep getting to move forward. But again, I see the thing I'm happy about is that we do have teams that could rival this roster in the LPL, and the fact that we've already seen it in the series. Maybe not great to be saying it when the scoreline looks like this, where it's like, hey, one team is Mountain Soul, it's 14-4. But again, if you missed the prior games, game 2 looked very similar to this for TES.
All about blue side right now, it feels like.
Yeah.
I don't know if that'll continue. Probably. We have an Elder Dragon about 1 minute and 30 seconds. It looks like BLG are going to spend time to get to this point. We have Elk full build now, so should be getting a little bit more of that resource dependency over tonight to get him up to that point. We did get 4th item for JackeyLove, as that'll be really important as well. And we have package coming out of base in time for the Baron right now for Creme.
He's making his way over. We're gonna have to see if 369 starts joining in as well. If he flies his way over here, if he's gonna keep split pushing, because BLG are gonna get this.
Do it, do it, do it. Tian's in the pit. Tian's no, it's stolen by Elk. He's the one that secures it. Now on the other side, Creme hasn't even gotten to use the package, man. He is out of the fight and he takes his doggy treats with him. It is a side lane pressure for 369. He will get that inhib turret, but BLG come out with everything after that. Now Tian getting caught out now by On, who has had some insane flanking angles, and Elk spears him in the back. Oh no, soon onto 369 has about all of his health bar taken away, but he baited. Oh no, the long con. It is Knight, the golden left hand coming in clutch. He hasn't gotten a kill yet, but he wants one now. He's trying to take down Meiko, but soon gets him instead. And there's Knight's first kill of the game. And it's BLG who have run away with this one. Over 6,000 gold down, 369. Just buying some time with the wings of valor. But he will be able to fight them back here. He is on 4.5 items. They do have the CC chain to lock him down. Knight is over on the edge. Shun has to back off too. And this is a wild fight. 369 doesn't want to go down, but BLG ties him down nonetheless.
The chase took so long. We could see Creme is already back up. He was the first person down when he just absolutely sent it over that Baron with the package. Now 2 members up. BLG already turning towards the Elders we can see on our screens. I wonder if they're even just going to keep Elk and Bin here. No, not getting overzealous, but my God, man. Elk and On are going insane after not having the opportunity to take over last game. They really are this time.
I think I just saw that Elk has crossed the 2,000 kills mark for the LPL. Huge stuff for them, but also just an incredible performance off of that game 1 performance from Elk as well. I think he has consistently been a pillar for BLG here. I think it took a while for him to gain a lot of the fame when you had Ben, when you had Gao, things like that. But he, over this last year, much like JackeyLove, has had an incredible rise in priority for himself.
Yeah, and I mean, again, it's kind of nice when your team is 5 pillars, right? Like, I feel like
that's how you build a building.
I really feel like you can say that about either of these teams. Every player kind of being a pillar in their own right, being part of that formula. Again, just being so strong in their own role. But BLG now continuing the push forward, having the Baron. We're going to see what they're able to do. The wave top isn't really that close. They have 2 waves of supers that they could play with, but TES can be annoying with the Corki.
BLG, they just need to find a way to wrap a bow on this one. It's a nice little present waiting for them, as they will take a step forward in this best of 5 against Top Esports. The siege comes down. That first Nexus tower already gone. Bin on the side here. That Elder Dragon ringing true, and here comes the flap of the wings. One more tower falls, and BLG, they just want fight. They just want blood, and they want the scream of Top Esports as a big lockdown comes down, but it does not matter one single bit. A 13-1 Elk and a dominant BLG go 2-1 in this series and are on match point.
Exceptional play coming out from BLG, and especially the bot lane duo. It was great to see. The aggression was there, especially once we got into like the mid to late game, where you can see that Elk was really feeling it. He didn't care about just hopping forward aggressively. And man, again, just feel so excited to see this series continue, right? Both teams giving their absolute all here today.
The fact that we get such one-sided games from that absolute control early. The 2v2 bot lane has dictated so much more than we thought coming into it, and that was our main point too. So I'm very excited to see what Game 4 has in store, and if we'll be pushed to the distance by Top Esports. We'll see the LPL Lounge on the other side of this break.